Hi, I'm Madonna.
I'm your worst nightmare.
To rule the world.
Why don't you show them what you do, honey?
You've never had more fun with anyone else.
People, we gotta move on to the next song.
I'm sweet and I'm a bitch, you know what I mean? And that's always been the way it is. I'm a human being.
I'm waiting.
Hey everybody, welcome to MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things Madonna Louise, Veronica Ciccone. I'm Stefan, your resident unapologetic bitch, and I'm here as always with my co-host Tony.
Hey guys, it's Tony. You don't know whether you want to hit me or kiss me. I get a lot of that.
Oh, I love Breathless. Welcome to another episode, guys. Today in the studio, we have artist Justin Teodoro with us. Justin, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome, Justin.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh my God, I love your work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
I love your work too, Justin. Justin, you're here on a very auspicious episode. It's our Valentine's Day episode, our very first one. Aww. That's right, people. As the world crumbles around us, melting polarized caps, the spread of the coronavirus, and democracy's falling into ruin, luckily there was one ray of light, and that's Madonna leading us to love.
Yeah, but has Madonna actually ever directly referenced Valentine's Day?
I think the closest she's ever come would probably be wanting to release Living for Love on Valentine's Day and not being able to.
Well, we know what happened there.
Yes. But we're going to do a deep dive into Madonna love songs and anti-love songs as well, because we'd like to represent the population of those in love and those not in love. Because what would Valentine's Day be without some jaded single people hating on everyone in love? So before we get to that, and before we do a little bit of a deep dive into Justin and his artwork, we thought we'd do, as usual, a little bit of This Week in Ciccone, leading off with last weekend's big event in the sports world.
Wait, before you talk to everyone about that, I just want to shout out Tracy Young for winning a Grammy the week before last for Best Remix. I don't even know how to say it, like Best Remix.
It was a remix, Tony.
It was a remix, okay.
Yeah, it was.
But, also it was Crave, the Dangerous remix. And, I mean, Madam X, the album, got a Grammy. So, I mean, that's something, right?
And she was, the first woman to ever win in that category?
That's right, yes.
Oh, wow, really?
Thank goodness. Hello, 2020. And now we finally have a woman who's won in the remix category.
Because as much as we love Dave Auday, he can only get so many Grammys, you know?
Yeah, so congratulations, Tracy. But yes, going back to, and actually speaking of winning and being on top, the Super Bowl halftime show with J-Lo and Shakira, which was quite phenomenal and created quite an uproar in terms of mothers thinking their outfits and behavior were inappropriate.
No, Stefan, white people just can't handle Latin people.
I just don't understand why everyone was so upset over that. I mean,
the hips don't lie.
it was slightly suggestive behavior, but
it's just another day in Latin America.
Aren't football players doing inappropriate things? I mean,
Cheerleaders dress like that, right? They're all like scantily clad.
Yes, gyrating and I didn't understand.
Well, even with all the uproar, Madonna's halftime appearance a few years ago is still the highest rated. So
yes, in fact, Super Bowl Sunday landed on Groundhog Day, and the Groundhog did predict that Madonna would still be the top rated halftime performance. So there you go. Look, trust the Groundhog. Also, what's been happening in London, Tony? Has there...
Well, Madonna's still on the Madam X tour.
Still going.
There were, I think, 2 canceled shows this week, but they were pre-canceled, which is, I guess, nice.
People can
make plans.
They can revise their travel itineraries. Maybe
but as you know, the trend that started last week, if you can call it a trend, is that Madonna cut out the first 3 songs of the show, and there's also a very, very strict curfew at London's Palladium. That Judy Garland managed to keep that curfew, but
Did she really intentionally keep it, or was it just
Maybe it was bedtime,
The
but-
pills and booze were sort of making her pass out on time.
Well, anyway, Madonna does not keep a curfew. You know, you can't hit a moving target, and you obviously can't drop a curtain on a moving target either. So
She was not happy.
she was not happy. So yeah, they dropped the curtain at 11:01 and shut off the sound. So I Rise became an a cappella event that night.
It was anthemic. I don't know if you saw it, Justin, when on her Instagram. So because
The entire theater was singing along.
it was they had dropped the curtain because they were trying to the venue has a curfew.
Oh, wow.
And I think the curfew, if I'm not mistaken, the curfew is to make sure that people can get home in time before the London tube shuts down.
That's very considerate.
They're
sweet.
they're looking out for their workers and their guests, and I guess Madonna doesn't realize that it's because of that. So she thought they were trying to stifle her artistic integrity and censor her, and so she was apparently not very happy at the last night's performance. She was cursing and yelling. She sang "The Sound of Silence."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was beautiful.
And shout out to Eric, who got the Polaroid.
That's right. Yeah, Eric from at Eric's World, one of our former guests, got the Polaroid, but we haven't seen it yet. So
Yeah, he won't show it.
Give
to
it
us.
up.
Come
Show it.
on. Show us the Polaroid. But yeah, so apparently she was in a frisky mood in London, and
But, it created one of those Madonna moments that we all know and love, I mean, singing along to I Rise for the entire duration of the song is a moment I would have liked to have
yeah, that
had
would have
in
been
Brooklyn.
great. And she's barefoot, and it's a lot of fun. And for any of you who don't think that Madonna is a real person, she has apparently shouted at a fan on her Instagram account.
She would never do that.
So she
Did
does.
she?
She does check your comments, people, and watch what you say, because a fan had apparently shouted at her about going too long and this and that, and Madonna replied back, "Stay at home. This is not the show for you." So there you go, people.
Maybe this is one of those litigants, that we keep hearing about.
Oh yes, yeah. So apparently people are suing her for either not performing on time or going too late or cutting out numbers and not performing a full show. And Madonna has officially gone on record as saying there are two versions of the show, and it'll be my decision as to what version you get. So there you go.
Yeah, but when she says versions, we're not talking the first leg of Sticky and Sweet versus the second leg. This is just like a truncated version of the US dates.
Yeah.
But, if you get to see her live, you're still very lucky because it's an amazing show.
I would prefer a truncated version versus no version at all.
Yeah.
Justin, did you see Madam X?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to. I was trying to get tickets, but
It's okay. It's going to be televised on Apple, Amazon Prime, Netflix.
Something.
We don't know the source
I missed
yet,
out on
but
the
it's going to
lottery thing
happen.
that they did when they first came out. My friend and I did the raffle, and then we missed out on it. So it was kind of a bummer.
You got to keep doing it because
Yeah.
Stefan and I won twice. You have to
I
be
know.
on it.
I wish we had known you.
Yeah,
back then.
exactly.
We could have sprinkled some little pixie dust on you, and it would have gotten
Magically
a ticket.
appeared, yeah.
Well, it's a great show. Do you like the Madam X album?
I do. I love it.
Favorite song? Sorry, we will get to these random questions, the lightning round at the end. But what's your favorite song on Madam X?
Crave is a good one. I love Crave. Yeah, it's just I love the beginning to end. I love it. Yeah.
Nice. So Justin is here in the audience, in the studio with us, and if you saw on our season premiere of season 2, Tony was given a gift for his birthday.
It was my favorite birthday gift. I got a lot of nice things this year, but this is my favorite because it's my signature line, and I've always wanted something from Justin. I did buy a shirt that he designed for the Sandra Bernhard show at Joe's Pub, which is great. But
Yes, I got that as well.
This is my first Madonna Justin creation, and I'm looking forward to buying some prints for my bare white walls that you can recommend something that you think might look
I didn't
good.
realize. Yeah, your walls are kind of. You keep your
Kind of,
walls-
yeah. I've got a lot of stuff I should hang and could hang, but I don't know how or yeah. I'll figure it out.
But yes, your T-shirt, Justin, created quite the uproar on our podcast.
Oh,
People
wow.
were reaching out saying, "Where can I get this? I need to have this." And I kept throwing. I don't know if you gotten messages.
I got a few.
I kept telling them, just email Justin,
Yes.
message Justin.
Yeah.
I mean, you broke the internet.
Yeah. So are you planning on bringing that back or selling
I'm
any?
working on that. Yeah, no,
Because apparently people will buy them.
yes. No, it's been great. I mean, I keep getting responses about them. I did it first like 2015, and then I did a couple of runs, and it's been sold out, and just keeping up with supply and demand. But it's been kind of a little T-shirt that could for me.
Yeah.
Well, now that she's on tour, she's around. People are
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Madonna!" Like,
Yeah.
jump on it.
Yes,
I'm telling
exactly.
You, get
Yeah.
on it. Especially because if people want it,
Well, also too, there's some people out there that see the show multiple times and they don't repeat outfits.
Correct.
So these shirts come in handy.
So, Justin, let's talk a little bit about your Madonna journey.
Okay.
When did you sort of come to become a Madonna fan? How did you find Madonna?
To be honest, I think it was growing up with my two older sisters. I think my older cousin. I think it was just in the background of listening to their music and being absorbed by it. So I think I was definitely drawn to her. I remember the first few songs I loved were like Holiday, Into the Groove.
So classic Madonna.
Classic Madonna, yeah. And then I think obviously watching Truth or Dare. I think I remember first watching it again with my sisters as a little kid. And then it just was always in the back of my head. And then as I kind of got into being exposed to like fashion magazines and seeing all their Herberts, Stephen Meisel, Vanity Fair covers, all that stuff kind of just was in my reference points. And then I think it was not until I think I came into New York and started doing fashion, I think I kind of really got into her more and kind of appreciated what she kind of, gave me inspiration and kind of led me to like, just where I came creatively. So she's always kind of part of my creative journey, let's say.
Madonna's your mood board.
Yes, yeah. No, it's true. There's always some sort of Madonna reference or some sort of Madonna, image I look at. Especially, I remember I was working as a designer. Like I'd always have some Madonna, in the Gautier suits or the, Steve Meisel Herberts images. She was always part of it. I think it was kind of a, muse, let's say.
Well, and clearly Truth or Dare made a very large impact on you because the scenes from that movie do populate your artwork.
It does. Yeah, no, it's funny. I remember I watched it when I was a kid, so like early 90s, and I think I kind of danced around it, watched it over,
Literally danced around.
Yeah, literally danced around it, yeah. No, I remember it wasn't until like maybe 10 years ago I came back into it again through a friend and started watching it. And I think it's now become one of the movies that I always watch, it's in the background, like when I'm working and it became kind of a fun thing, amongst my close circle of friends. We'd always reference the lines and, the lines always had a reference point to like whatever's going on our lives and stuff. So it just became part of my vernacular.
Right, like, hello, Gautier, Chanel.
Chanel says downstairs. Yeah.
Tony had a late night last night.
I know.
So
Usually I can spit that one out flawlessly.
His puns are not landing quite as...
All right, let's try another one. It's very Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation.
Bite your tongue.
Tony, drink some more coffee. There you go. Down that iced coffee. That's an ice cube in there. That's like a Sharon Stone ice pick ice cube that you've got right there.
If you can't impress them with your ice cubes, what can you impress them with?
Seriously. I think... did you see the follow-up to Truth or Dare, Strike a Pose movie, which sort of like picks up?
Yes, I did. Yes, yeah.
I sort of like loved being able to see that, like where the dancers have gone.
Yeah.
Because when you watch Truth or Dare and you're such a big fan of it, those are, you get attached to those people from the tour, and you sort of it was interesting to sort of see where they went.
Yeah.
It was a very, very different type of movie.
Yes.
Is a bit more serious and
Emotional.
Very emotional.
Well, especially if you grew up with Truth or Dare and you were not quite open about your sexuality, and you see that and you kind of study it and you study the people in it. And then once you have your own experience coming out, and then you see Strike a Pose and you're like, oh my God, I did not really notice these things. I did not really understand what they were feeling. The fact that these guys, most of them were HIV positive on tour, it made my head explode, because at that age, watching Truth or Dare, I thought if anybody gets AIDS, they're going to die.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
And that's why the gay pride parade scene was so jarring
Powerful.
to a young person,
And it's still powerful to
It is.
watch.
It's still powerful to watch. I've never seen a moment of silence like that in a parade affect me the way that it did in the movie, which is strange because, you're there in person, but then when you see that was like right during ground zero of the AIDS crisis. So it's very powerful.
I think that's one of the things I appreciate about the movie more. There's a lot of things that I watched and impacted me like that scene, but then it still has an impact on me now. So I think it's it's a fun, pop culture reference, but there's also a lot of really cool things that, socially weren't done then that are still resonate now.
But you know what's funny? And I'm not slamming anybody here.
Here we go.
But, as a child watching Truth or Dare, the graveyard sequence, Promise to Try, just elicited just nonstop tears. But now I watch it and it's like high camp.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I think that, to me, I look at certain things.
It's just a bunch of dust.
They're doing things to be, to make a point, to sort of show a little bit more about her.
Provocative.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I just remember, seeing Truth or Dare in the theater in Northeast Philadelphia as a 16-year-old closeted, even to myself, closeted gay kid. And that scene where they're playing Truth or Dare and the two
I was sitting next to my mother in Houston, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
I wanted to leave and get popcorn, but I also didn't want to miss, the kiss.
But I remember watching that and feeling uncomfortable watching it. And I think I was assuming you had to be uncomfortable because that wasn't something that was supposed to be done. But in my head, it was kind of like exciting to watch as well. And it's a great movie. It's, I'm always gobsmacked when people haven't seen it. What are you, how are you have never seen this movie?
It is kind of shocking when you hear people, I think I'm kind of amazed and blown away by it.
Other than the fact that it's a great Madonna movie, it's also just a great rockumentary.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, yeah.
A couple summers ago, Metrograph down in Lower East Side did a Madonna film series, and I took my friend Diana to see Body of Evidence because it was playing a 35 millimeter print. I was like, oh my God, when are we ever going to get this chance? So we show up, and they're like, oh, well, the print is not working, so, we can give you a refund, or you can see Truth or Dare. And I was like, Diana, I know this movie like the back of my head. And she's like, I've never seen it. I was like, all right, we're going to see Truth or Dare.
Wow, yeah.
And it turns out the people in front of us and the people behind me, they were like, I guess millennial-ish, and they hadn't seen it either. And I was like, is this 1991, And of course they were screaming, and I heard tears and sobbing, and I'm like, yeah, this is required viewing for all gay people, I would say.
Yeah, it's
Necessary.
So were you always an artist growing up? Were you always drawing, and was drawing your go-to?
Yeah, I was always drawing. I always equate it. I say my style went from drawing superheroes to supermodels. So I started drawing, comic characters and things like that. I think it was always kind of like an outlet for me before I even knew what an outlet was. I think I was drawing, and then that kind of led me into being, getting exposed to fashion magazines through my mother and kind of seeing what that world was like. And I think that also was kind of like the time I got introduced to Madonna more. So
because she's on fashion mags.
Yeah. So I think I was always drawing. And I think, I look back on it like my journey. It's been kind of great to I feel very lucky to be able to do what I'm doing just because I don't know what else I could do, to be honest, aside from this.
This leads me to ask you a specific question. So Now that you just said that, what did you think, like, the first time you saw, like, Gaultier sketches for Blonde Ambition costumes or Dolce & Gabbana sketches for Girly Show, et cetera, et cetera?
Oh, I love seeing that. I mean, I'm kind of a very old school with fashion stuff. I love kind of seeing fashion illustrations by the designers.
Like Antonio Lopez, that
yeah,
kind of stuff,
and like Yves Saint Laurent and Kenneth Paul Block. So that stuff I just love to see. And so, you know, all that stuff kind of influenced my, you know, just my hands. So I'm a sucker for that stuff. It's beautiful.
No, me too. Like in the Madame X VIP book, there's a section with the sketches of the costumes. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just need like an entire coffee table book of
Exactly.
all sketches.
Yeah.
Did you get to go see the Gaultier exhibit when it was at the Brooklyn Museum?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Wasn't that amazing?
Amazing. No. Yeah, again, I remember I credit my mom with a lot of my influences. So she was a big kind of fashion plate, let's say. So her love of fashion exposed me to all these things. So, you know, I remember she had all these Gaultier tops, like the tattooed tops. So I think it's one of those things I remember a couple years ago, I kind of just pulled them all out, laid them all out, and they're like works of art. So yeah, I remember I went with that to my mother and my dad actually when they were in New York. That was like 2015.
It was a couple years back.
Yeah.
I remember going, and I think the one thing that I tripped out over the most was being able to see how much time he spent on each of the outfits. They would have like they'd have like 158 hours, and that was how much time he spent to work on each outfit. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, the gold Like a Virgin. I mean, to see it in person, it's like seeing the Virgin Mary, to me.
I have a picture with that. I think you do too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you went and you're a Madonna fan, you posed with that.
Yeah. They had the Polaroids too of her fittings. Those are amazing to see.
I just say that because as a kid, growing up Catholic, my mother and father always took us to like these, you know, religious, you know, points of interest. And, you know, sometimes you'd have to like get in line and look at these things. And, you know, people would be praying and whispering and crying. And I mean, that was me at the Gaultier exhibit. I was like, oh my God, that's the coat from Bye Bye Baby, you know?
It's so cool when you get to see these things, especially like influenced you as a kid. Like, and you know, it's kind of awe-inspiring.
Yeah, well, and then just his craft.
Yes.
Like the craftsmanship of how, like, getting up close and being able to see that he, like, glued little twirls of fabric together to make the bigger thing. And I'm like, oh, how much energy and patience it must take to do stuff like that is... and I guess also with your artwork, you understand, you know, like, how long does it take you to normally draw? Are those drawings quick, or do you take a lot of time?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I always equate it like if the timing is right and, you know, the stars are aligned, the drawing can happen fast and quick. But, you know, there's definitely moments when you struggle and you kind of don't hit the mark. And so it varies, but there's definitely like, you know, it's slap shoot type of thing. You never know what happens.
So what came first, prints or shirts? And what was like the first like real Madonna sketch that you came up with?
I've had some Madonna sketches, and I think I look back. I think I remember doing a bunch of sketches in charcoal of scenes from Truth or Dare, like the Kiki scene, and the one before they perform Holiday. They're backstage or take Holiday Girls. I
always call that the Charlie's Angels.
yeah. But I remember specifically the do my eyebrows stuff. I think I was just sketching one night. After watching Truth or Dare, I kind of did a bunch of sketches from Truth or Dare. So I did do my eyebrows, artistic integrity versus eating the weird soup thing.
Bleaching her hair.
Yeah, exactly. And the one where she's dancing with the dancers in the beginning of the movie in her hotel room.
Oh, yeah, in the robe.
Yeah, in the robe, yeah. I want to give them the thrill of their lives. So I remember sketching those, and then for whatever reason, it kind of dawned on me, put them on T-shirts. And then I did artistic integrity and do my eyebrows. So kind of sketches came first, just random 2 a.m. illustrations, and then kind of a couple weeks or months later, put them on T-shirts, and then it kind of took off from there. And the crazy way social media stuff sends things out there.
No, I love it because when I wear this shirt, I wore it to the gym the other day, and it's very like speaking in code.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
People either like don't know what you're wearing, or they're like I got a lot of nods and smiles, and from women too, which is like I don't feel like a lot of like women retain these kind of like Madonna quotes, but maybe they do.
They do.
Well,
they do, I think.
Yeah, and it's true. It's a very. I remember I did it. I must have been around the Rebel Heart tour. So I think I did my first round before that, and that's when I kind of gained traction.
Yeah.
And then I remember like I did a second round, and I kept getting all these messages, people sending me pictures of them wearing the T-shirt at the concert, just all over, North America and stuff. And then it's been just amazing. Kind of, honestly, a lot of my work, it's kind of blind luck, naivete that just makes it happen, and I put it out there and never really knowing what to expect. So that's been kind of a cool, connection to all these, to every Madonna fan out there who appreciates it.
Well, I think you sort of hone in on very key quotes in not just Madonna, but like, because you've done Devil Wears Prada. Why is no one ready? And you sort of like hit on very key quotes that people are already using. So when they see the quote paired with your artwork, which is very spot on. I gotta applaud you on the Madonna. Your artwork makes it very clear that it's Madonna from right away. You look at it, and even if you didn't have the do something else, do my eyebrows, you would grasp that that's exactly what you're looking at.
Thank you.
If you look at Madonna, you're like, yep, that's Madonna from Blind Ambition. Like, you get it.
And it's a different take. It hasn't been done to death like a lot of Madonna products you see out there. You're like, oh, it's that look again, or no, this that's what draws me to your work so much, is like, oh, these are all thoughts I have in my mind, and then Justin puts it on paper, or he puts it on a shirt.
I think it came. Yeah, I think all that stuff kind of came from, especially the Truth or Dare. Like, my friends, when we have conversations, we would just throw the lines out, and because it kind of sums up the mood, like, put me in the fucking frequency, things like that. So I think that also kind of plays into like how this works as a moment that I think a lot of people can relate to.
I may have to commission a shirt with the John Draper moment on it, because he's my dream guy. He will be on the show one day.
Well, and so with because I used to draw growing up, and I used to draw, back in the days before we had the internet, I used to have to like freeze frame my VHS tapes of like videos that I recorded off of MTV, and I would like freeze frame different videos, different moments from like the Vogue video, and I'd be sketching that on like my sketch pad, and I still have them, and it's fun to look back and sort of see like that I used to spend so many hours drawing, and so from a not nerdy aspect, but from an artistic standpoint, are you physically sketching with like pencils or on paper, or are you using because I know like Project Runway was showing like they have the new tablet, and you can use the stylus, and you can draw like virtually, and
the Wacom, right?
Something.
I'm old school. I draw everything pen to paper. So all those Madonna sketches were just me freeze framing again, like the video scene, and watching it and sketching it. So it's I'm old school like that. I kind of like the feeling the hand on the paper to work with.
Oh, one thing that strikes me about your work is that it looks like it was just freshly sketched. You know what I mean? It looks like, there it is.
Yeah, that's definitely, I worked in fashion before for 8 years as a designer. So I think that kind of definitely helped me get the fast hand. And again, also like, loving all the Thierry Perez, Saint Laurent, like how those illustrations, they look kind of quick and gestural in the moment. I think that's kind of where I love, versus when anything's too forced or too labored.
Along with their work, I noticed with yours, sometimes it looks like you didn't even like lift your pencil off the page. You know what I mean?
I try to. Thank you.
Well, and so how are you? So you draw them on paper, and then what? Do you have like a scanner that you
scan?
So you're not just iPhone picturing it.
No, no, just draw, scan. Clean it up in Photoshop and everything. So it's very assembly line, me, myself, and I type of process.
So how big do you go with your print work? Like, I'm guessing you do commissions as well?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've done some commission work. I've done different like graphic design projects for different companies. So it's been kind of, whoever reaches out to me, whatever they look for, hopefully I can, make it work for them. Big or small.
And do you have like a future Madonna project that you're currently working on? Are there like, is that how your mind works, or does it just like, because I'm trying to think if I've seen any like recent Madonna stuff.
I mean, I'm definitely, I love Madonna, and my heart is kind of, my taste is in the classic Madonna, Truth or Dare. But, I definitely try to, do as much as I can, I think, whatever kind of resonates with me at the moment. I remember I did sketches of her Italian Vogue cover from, I think, 2018.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard. I don't have anything super planned out. I think it just happens to me as it happens, and I just capture whatever feels natural for me that I respond to.
And do you sketch anywhere? Like if you're in a Starbucks or if you're walking down the street, you're like, oh yeah, that should be a sketch, and you just stand over on the side of the street and sketch real quick.
I wish I could say that I did. I mean, I always have the thoughts in my head, and they always come to me, and I always try to keep them in the file to come back to later. I think, I do, sketch in coffee shop when I can, but it's sometimes nice to have the privacy of doing what you're doing and just kind of, just work in the studio, let's say.
Okay, so what shirts do you have now available for sale for those of us that would like to get one?
Well, I do have the Madonna Does It Better t-shirt. I think that was the last one I did about 3 years ago. So it's the Papa Don't Preach.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm trying to rework on getting more of the Do My Eyebrows. And
there's so much demand for it.
Yeah.
I think there's people knocking on my door right now.
No, it's been, yeah. There's a bunch. I did a t-shirt of Madonna. It was from her, like, Virgin girly MTV opening where she says, I came to New York. I had a dream. I did that.
I worked real hard.
Yeah, so I did that t-shirt and actually found my way to give it to her. So it was cool. Yeah, she yeah.
That was my next question. So does she know about your work? And please elaborate.
I think she does. I remember, again, with the, during the Rebel Heart tour, I had a friend of mine who was assisting Ariane Phillips, was her stylist then. And so he wanted to gift some t-shirts to the dancers, I think at the end of, in the summer. So he asked if I could arrange that. And I was like, I think he asked for 20 t-shirts or so.
Which shirt was it? Which design?
I think I had a bunch. Actually, my first kind of Madonna t-shirt was, I did one called How to Holiday. I did like basically a sketch of each Madonna pose in the classic holiday dance.
Nice.
And so I remember I pulled whatever t-shirts I had. And I was like, yeah, of course I could. And I asked him, well, if I get this to you, could you get something to give to Madonna directly? And he's like, yeah. So I remember it was like on a Thursday night, let's say, and then Friday, I had to meet him like on a Saturday. So I pull all that stuff. I remember I went to the American Apparel in Brooklyn, Williamsburg. That was still there because they did printing on the t-shirts.
R.I.P. American Apparel.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
Nothing fits me the way that
they overstretched themselves.
Yeah.
They grew too fast.
That was a great resource because I remember getting like t-shirts custom made or quick one-offs.
They did it on the spot.
Yeah, in the store, the one on North 6.
And before that, you had to go to like this like sweatshop in the Lower East Side. Remember
Yes,
that?
yeah. So I remember
the good old days.
So I remember, I basically pulled some stuff and then gave. I remember I created a box, designed the box,
the royal box
for Madonna, and I think I gave her 5 or 6 t-shirts that I did, and a card, and then I And then I remember maybe a week or so later, I was with a friend I think we're actually in Greenpoint again, just sitting. And then I got a message from my friend, Brandon, saying, thank you for the t-shirts. And M says, thank you.
Oh, nice.
And I was thinking, I remember I wanted that tattooed on my forehead.
Listen, as we know from watching Truth or Dare, repeated times, she loves to wear these cool T-shirts in her off time. A lot of the shirts in Truth or Dare were actually designed by her brother, but they're such beautiful pieces. I would love to get my hands on one of those. Yeah, no, so it's been cool. And then there was some conversation from her team about actually doing a T-shirt or do something with them, but it never went through, I guess. But actually, in the package I sent her, I put a print. Like a random artwork print I had. And then she actually had that in her bathroom.
Sweet.
For at least a year or so. And I think that was when she launched MTNA Skin. It was behind her, in all her Instagram photo shoots and stuff. So I remember
God. Wait, Madonna does videos in her bathroom?
She did, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, just rhetorical.
Kidding. Of course she does. She's the queen of bathroom videos.
Bathrooms and vanities.
Yeah.
The Madonna Ciccone story.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was very cool. Good. It was very cool to kind of just, see my work up there. So hopefully she is aware of me and hopefully something will come. One of my favorite works of yours I saw David Russell has, and it's the Deeper and Deeper look, I think. It's with the boa and the short hair. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Is that a commission or is that something I can purchase? I probably could purchase. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff, it's really just, people reach out to me and I can, if I still have this I'm a big fan of the erotica era, the erotica looks. And I think that your artwork is the perfect match for that era. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to our big topic of the week, which is Madonna.
How big is it?
Oh, stop it. Madonna love songs. As we looked back on Madonna's extensive catalog of songs, there's one big theme that constantly pops up, and it's the topic of love.
Falling in love, falling out of love.
Yes, many multifaceted looks at love. Madonna's got tons of them. And we just thought, being as this episode will be airing around Valentine's Day, that we should focus a little bit, do a little bit of a deep dive on those love songs. There are so many. I was posting a bunch on our Instagram. I posed the question, what are some of your favorite Madonna love songs? We got great responses. There were some songs which I was like, oh yeah, I guess that is a love song. And
or other songs that you said what? I mean, I recommended Gambler, which I think is a really good love song, and you just said question mark, crickets.
That's an addiction problem song. That is, I was like, is that really a love song?
Yes, it's like about when you first start dating somebody, you're a gambler and you're going to take them by surprise. No?
Really? Okay. All right. I'll give it a
I tried.
It wasn't, well, I mean, it didn't strike me as an obvious choice, but I respect it. I mean, it's a forgotten Madonna gem, shall we say.
It's hard to find unless you have the Vision Quest soundtrack on vinyl or CD.
Who doesn't have that?
I do, but I mean, you can't find that song anywhere.
It's not on streaming?
No, not on streaming. I heard it ad nauseum on repeat last summer during Madam X Radio, which was one of the greatest months of my life. But
you loved that.
But yeah, justice for Gambler. Let's get Gambler streaming. Let's do it.
So I just thought there's no lists or best of, or it's just more of like a Let's just have a conversation about some of our favorite Madonna love songs. I mean, I know the one that always came back to me was top of mind was Justify My Love, because I thought that's such a quintessential classic Madonna song that I think it doesn't get a lot of love anymore because
you can't dance to it.
Correct. And it's not really a ballad.
It's like the only number one song in history that you can't dance to. And when you put it on, you literally shock the room,
But I think it's definitely put that song on when you and your significant other want to have a little evening time, maybe on the couch with a glass of Prosecco and maybe one of those oil diffusers. going
Okay,
back
then cut to you running out the hallway, clutching your coat, laughing, biting your finger.
Listen, that video with Tony Ward, the moment of that video, my favorite moment always was when Tony Ward's approaching Madonna on the bed and he's taking his shirt off.
The suspenders.
My God, the pecs and abs are just phenomenal in that video. And
I'm still not allowed to watch that video.
well, that's because you hyperventilate, Tony. It's a hot video. That was a hot. I remember the
Her
first
makeup
time
was
I
beautiful
saw
in
that.
that video.
Oh, she's flawless
Yeah,
in that.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. I just remember the first time I saw that, I was really angry because Vogue was so complete opposite. Like it was shiny and luxe and expensive, and then Justify My Love looked like pornographic almost, like seedy and like just filthy. And I was like, of course, little did I know the erotica video was coming, and that was going to make Justify My Love look like like a walk in Sesame Place or something. But who knew? But,
Yeah, this was our first glimpse at Dirty Madonna.
yeah, I kind of like it now.
Yeah,
I'm
kinda like
kinda
it too.
happy with it. But yes, Justify My Love is a great song. I mean, and I'll stay on this. I mean, you could sort of say erotica is very much like a sexy love song. It's maybe a painful love song.
Yeah, it's about hitting people.
No, love pat. Well, and, it's a little spanks and raps on the nose, maybe. But I mean, and then Physical Attraction I thought was really good. But again, there are some Madonna songs I find that are like, I mean, come on, she's hot for somebody, and so she's talking about like that aspect of love.
Yeah, like Best Night. I love that song. And, you can call her M tonight. She's never asked us to call her anything. So I like, Best Night because, it's almost like she's taking you on a date,
That's her 50 Shades of Grey love song. Because the Best Night is definitely...
And speaking of Justify My Love, it sneaks its way back in there,
But so, Justin, what are some of your favorite?
Forbidden Love. I love that's a good
Which one?
Well, oh yeah,
that's Crazy for You.
Are both Forbidden Loves actual love songs?
Yeah, okay, I'll break it down for you. So in Bedtime Stories, Forbidden Love with Babyface is I don't care if it's not right, Forbidden Love, she's feeling it and she's going to do it anyway. But Confessions Forbidden Love, I believe, is more like Forbidden Love, are we supposed to be together? It's like, I feel like Confessions Forbidden is more like, I'm Israeli, you're Lebanese, you're, Muslim,
Right,
Lebanese,
like
whatever.
Yeah. Across social divides.
Right. But Forbidden Love Bedtime Stories is more like, you have a girlfriend. So that's my take.
Well, I mean, come on. How many of us have been there? Am I right? Am I right, girls? How many of us have found out a little too late that the man or woman that we're with has somebody at home? And then...
Forbidden Love.
Yes, and then it's bye-bye, baby. Speaking of, so like, because there are plenty of anti-Madonna love songs that I love, but we'll get to those in a second.
Yeah, let's let Justin continue.
Yes.
We just interrupted him way too many times.
Crazy for You. I love that one.
Yeah, that's on my list.
And I guess I was going to go Take a Bow, but then that's kind of anti-love.
That's love ending.
Yeah,
Love
that's...
ending, yeah.
Take a Bow and its sequel, You'll See,
Yeah.
are part of the anti...
I was just watching that video this morning, prepping for our episode, and I looked at Madonna and just thought how beautiful she was in that video with the autumnal colors floating with the leaves
and all that
back.
Evita styling.
Oh, it's so good. And her on the train. And one of my favorite moments, and I had totally forgotten about it, the light is blinking on the train, and she is just not having it. She rips that cord out of the light switch, and the sparks fly. And I was like, good for you, Madonna. And then she has to turn a lamp on because she's just wrecked the wall light. But that lamp makes her look beautiful. Her hair swept back. And
I love that era. It kind of makes me laugh a little because it was serious adult contemporary Madonna. She was trying to like erase any traces of erotica, sex.
oh, yeah. And it worked.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, Something to Remember is still being played in my mother's car.
So I think also maybe something like, like there's a lot of classic love Madonna, but then there's also current Madonna. You know, like Don't Tell Me. How current do we think? Don't Tell Me current Madonna? Is that mid-range Madonna?
I mean, that's an evergreen, and plus, it gets referenced in Crave, so why not?
Crave is a great Madonna love song.
I love I Deserve It. I mean, it's very pointed because it's obviously about Guy Ritchie, but it's so simple, and it's one of those songs where Madonna tells you where she was and where she is now, and I love it when she has that point of view.
Do you have a favorite Madonna love song, Justin? Other than Crazy for You.
I Want You. From Something to Remember. That's a good one. I loved the video.
There's also a lamp in that video.
Yeah.
A featured lamp.
That's actually, I'm going to look now at like how many she's got different lamps in a lot of different videos.
There are a lot of recurring motifs with Madonna. Maybe we should do an episode about
microphones.
Yeah, microphones.
If you look at all the different microphones she's used.
Oh my God, the microphone fetishism in the I'll Remember video is off the charts.
Oh.
I like that one almost as much as I like the one that she uses in Love Song Rain. The Rain video has that beautiful, I was watching that again this morning as well. Her makeup is flawless in that video. I mean, and just the styling,
bangs,
everything about it.
Have you guys seen those videos on YouTube that are outtakes from the Rain video? That is like, oh my God, we need these looks incorporated into an extended version,
Yeah, I love watching some like just the B-roll footage of all of those, like what they used to put the videos
Rain is a good
together.
love song.
So, yeah, of course. Oh my God, it's flawless. Love Rain. Love Profusion. I love that as a song.
I still don't understand Love Profusion or the video. Please explain.
Well, the video I think was just a tie-in. Somebody had.
It was Luc Besson who directed it.
Well, he did that perfume.
Yeah. So the story with that is that they did the video for Madonna, and she sold the rights to the song to Estee Lauder
Or something like
or
It was a beauty. Yeah, I remember commercials.
Yeah, it was either Elizabeth Arden or Estee Lauder. It was one of those. But anyway, she licensed the song, but she did not license her likeness for the commercial, so they got Carolyn Murphy to be in the video.
Yeah, right? It's just basically the same video.
Yeah, it's like get in front of that same green screen, step on...
They just use the same graphics.
Exactly.
But you know what? One of our listeners had, because I posted a screen grab from that video, and somebody said, oh, she phoned it in that video. And I was like, you know what? I would much prefer a phoned in video than
a Dear Jessie situation.
Than no video. Exactly. Like, for instance, Madonna, can you phone in a video for I Don't Search, I Find? I would love that. I want I Don't Search, I Find. Just give me something.
And in the long tradition of phoned in videos, like for example, Get Together, still love it.
Yeah. But I mean, all that to say, I do not
Miles Awake, phoned
I do
in.
not think she phoned in the video for Love Profusion. She had to be on set for that. There was hair, makeup. Look, you walk on a treadmill for as many times as she had to walk in for the filming of that video, and the wind blowing in her face. I'm sure there were interns throwing leaves and debris at her during that. That's not fun.
Right. And Luc Besson is like one of the most profitable and respected film directors in France. So she was already working with him on that Arthur and the Invisibles thing. Remember that?
I do not remember.
She voiced an international cartoon. And
I do not remember.
But, so she was already in cahoots with that man, and he directed this video for her. But how did we get off on this tangent? Anyway,
it's a good video, though. I mean, I kind of like that it's showcasing the different worlds of here's Madonna in. I don't know where that. I know it's fake, but I want that little island area with the water to exist.
All those lily pads.
It looks so pretty and tranquil. I want to be on that vacation, and then as opposed to the gruff city, which is having a one bitch of a storm. That's a storm you don't want to be in. There's no umbrella that's saving you for that.
No. I love Deeper and Deeper, but, sometimes people say it's about coming out, which I don't really get. I think it's about falling in love.
I think a lot of her songs from Erotica were sort of multiple. Well, Erotica and Bedtime Story, there was always a two meaning to it. I do think Deeper and Deeper is a little bit about realizing you're gay and falling in love with somebody for the first time.
Falling in love with something.
But yeah, I do. I think, a lot of Waiting, like Bedtime Story, Waiting, not Waiting, Inside of Me, where it sounds like it's sort of a love song, but I think it's also
about her mother.
Mom. Yeah. But it can be twofold. But then there's also like True Blue is a great classic love song.
Another pointed Madonna song, when she writes about the guy she's dating, it's always very interesting. I still want to know who Unapologetic Bitch is about.
Oh, there's so many options. Ghost Town is a great, and again, I watched that video the other day and thought, man, this song should have been huge.
Justin, don't you think if anyone else had sung that song, it would have been number one?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like if Rihanna did Ghost Town, it would have been like her biggest ballad ever.
Taylor Swift, some Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, very, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like somebody else singing Ghost Town, it would have been...
Dua Lipa?
Oh, yeah. Have you heard Dua Lipa's new song, by the way?
Mm-mm.
The disco one?
No.
Not disco. Not the... not Don't Talk Now. What's the name of it?
It's called Physical. Yeah, she's got an album coming out in April, and there's 3 songs that have been released, and it's like, I like where it's going.
Well, what's the other one?
There's Future Listening and Don't Start Now and Physical. Yeah, they're all good. And you know that Stuart Price has produced 2 tracks on that. Yeah.
Madonna needs to work with Stuart again on her next
album. But, I'm glad that Stuart Price is working with someone who has this much reach, because it means that we can get more disco out there.
I love it. And the styling of it, somebody had said, because she released I think it's the album cover, and it's her sitting at the wheel of a car, and somebody was like, oh, look, it's Madonna inspired. And they put it next to the picture of
Burn
Madonna
It Up?
From Versace, the Versace campaign.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Windswept in the convertible.
And
another motif, Madonna loves to drive. Burning Up, Deeper and Deeper.
Right, the Versace. No, she wasn't behind the car in God Control, but I feel like she was in the car.
No, she was too busy walking and getting mugged.
Yes.
While her friends drove by.
But we also have some other people suggested Messiah as a love song.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
No, I thought that was a great song. The Look of Love.
Yeah.
Nikki Finn for life. Come on.
This is very unsung, underrated, overlooked. Time Stood Still, which was the second original Madonna song on the Next Best Thing soundtrack. So good.
So good.
It's like William Orbit pulled out the strings, and I don't know. It's so heartfelt and so beautiful. I've read that it's supposed to be about a failed love affair Madonna had prior to meeting Guy Ritchie, and looks like it must have hurt,
It's so good. Masterpiece, another Madonna movie song.
Yeah.
So many. I love a good Madonna love song, and but then there's also the time when Madonna is not in love.
And when she's not in love, she ain't happy.
Correct. But her not in love moments have given us some really great anthemic Madonna songs as well. Things such as Love Spent, because goodness knows that is a divorce gone wrong. She is gone for broke.
I've been listening to Rebel Heart this week. I don't know why. I started and I just keep going, but I always laugh when I get to Love Spent, because it's like, oh my God, she's so angry. She is so angry. And
at
it's
herself for not signing a prenup. She's cleaned out the bank account. She lost that London house. I mean, I'd be pissed too.
Justin, how about designing a shirt based on Love Spent with dollar bills with the wings on them?
I'll get my sketch pad out.
We also have great songs like Bye Bye Baby. I'm posing this to the group. Runaway Lover, is that anti-love?
Well, I mean, Runaway Lover is about that guy that...
More of about a guy who's like a playboy, not an actual love that's running away.
I think Runaway Lover and Thief of Hearts are dating.
Yes. Right. It's about like...
Isn't Thief of Hearts about a girl taking the boyfriend?
Yeah, and what's funny about a lot of those songs that you think are like Madonna calling someone out, I read an interview years ago, and it was like between Ray and Light and music, when she was really into like talking about songwriting, her songwriting process. And she said, a lot of these songs where it looks like I'm calling people out, are based on experiences where people tell me that's how I made them feel.
So she's the bitch.
Yeah, so like, when I hear something like take a bow, I'm like, maybe someone said that to her,
Oh, interesting.
But it's all conjecture,
Somebody saying that to Madonna, and that person has never been seen again.
Well, that being said, Love Tried to Welcome Me. Oh my God, what a sad song.
It is. It's so good. And what Miles Away? Another love. Guy Ritchie sort of messed her up.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie was
We got a lot
all
of great,
over Sticky and Sweet.
Great songs though from that. Best Friend. I thought, Best Friend again. I'm assuming about Guy Ritchie.
Oh, that's definitely because she's talking about laying in the grass in their country estate.
In Best Friend?
Yes.
Oh.
Listen to it again. It's such a good song. But it's definitely not about Jellybean Benitez.
No. Power of Goodbye. Classic.
Followed by To Have and Not to Hold. I love that one with the samba bossa nova beat. I think Madonna should do a bossa nova album. What do you think? She loves Brazil.
Let's put a pin in that one, Tony. And then I think obviously a big anti-love song. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear.
May I suggest?
I don't wanna know.
Yeah. May I suggest Faz Gostoso for an anti-love song?
Really?
Yeah. Have you heard the lyrics?
I can't understand half the song. Tony. I don't speak Portuguese. Have you been sitting in front of Google Translate figuring it out?
No, I just listen to it a lot.
You rung up Anita?
She's unavailable right now, but I did
Where
eat
is
at...
she? Where is Anita?
Where is Anita? I did eat at the restaurant where she shot her Paradinha video the other day, although I did not recreate
Did you shake
any
your
of it.
butt?
No, I didn't.
In front
because
of the diners?
I was eating my butter chicken and minding my own business.
Butter chicken.
So good.
That sounds
Very good.
Heart attack
Oh, it
inducing.
is. But
Is that why you're downing all that water? Clean out those pipes. Okay, so...
no, but seriously, Faz Gostoso is about a man who's gone astray, and but he's so good in bed that you just keep going back for more.
I'm going to listen to that again. I keep focusing on the fact that Madonna says, "I like to party." That's all I hear from that song. Her and hey, and that's all they're like. It's just they're partying and
Don't forget the whistles. That part gets me going every
I
time.
like that. Yeah. I'm telling you, if that
Say
song is not released as a summer song with a video after she's done the tour, lost opportunity. Like seriously, Gaio Siri, Madonna, get on that. I know they're not listening to the podcast, but I'm just gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Like a Prayer doesn't really have a love song, does it?
Well, Love Song with her and Prince is not a love song.
That's an anti-love song.
This is not a love
Till
song.
Death Do Us Part, anti-love song.
Yes.
Oh Father, let's not even go there. Keep It Together is a love song to your family.
Yeah, she wasn't really in love with that album. I'm not. Sorry, when she wrote that album, it was
Cherish. I stand corrected.
Okay.
All right, I think it's time for
Thank God you
Stefan's
came up
Rapid
with
Fire, which is my favorite part of the podcast.
Tony, if you had not said that, we would have gotten hate.
We would have got- oh my
People
God.
would have been like, they don't know what they're talking about on that podcast.
Canceled.
But yes,
The B-side Supernatural is definitely a love song, even
about
though it's...
Madonna in love with somebody who's dead.
Yeah, it's about fucking a ghost.
It is. And on that note, Justin, we like to ask everyone, we do a little lightning round. I'm switching up the questions for season 2 tonight.
Oh, shit. I wasn't expecting
Shocking. So we have new lightning round questions.
That's awesome.
This is just for you to, just so you know, Justin, it's wherever you are in your Madonna journey right now. Off the top of your head, don't dwell on it too much. So we're just going to say, what's your favorite Madonna video?
Vogue.
Oh, good call. I agree with that one.
Very architectural.
What is your favorite Madonna look? It can be video, concert, photo shoot,
many.
Or your t-shirt.
T-shirt.
I think, but I have a real soft spot for her Stephen Meisel hippie era.
That
Madonna gets
October
dressed.
1992 Vogue is
she's sitting on
fire.
the
Oh,
streets.
I love that one.
It's
With
just,
the little
the
little
page,
hat
the little poor boy sweaters.
Oh,
I love her
Yeah.
straight hair.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sort of like they also used a lot of those pictures in the Deeper and Deeper video.
Yeah, in the the
flamenco
bridge
bridge.
photo shoot. Yeah.
So good. I love it. I have that magazine still.
You
Seriously,
do?
oh my god, I have I have a whole carton full of Madonna stuff that I'm like, if people want to pay me for, I'm willing to part with it.
I was in college in Portland, Oregon when I bought that issue, and I remember saying to myself, I was like, I gotta find that street in New York, you know, the one where she's wearing the hat and the jeans barefoot. Still haven't found it.
That was in New York?
Yeah, that was shot in New York.
Looks like was it like Tribeca or something? With the
It could have been Meatpacking District back in the day when there were needles on the floor, but I don't know. I mean, if anyone knows where that street is, let me know because I need to recreate that photo shoot.
We're going to actually, you've just given me a business idea, Tony. We're going to start a Madonna tour.
Locations tour.
Madonna locations tour. So if ever anyone visits, you can come meet Tony and I will host the
We'll
tour.
be in Battery Park, Gangplank B.
We're going to be, that's right. We're going to start with Desperately Seeking Susan. We're going to do Who's That Girl?
And we'll end at 66th and Central Park West.
We can all have pictures in front of Madonna's house. Hopefully wave to her at the window when she's giving us the finger for stalking her. It'll be wonderful. It'll be a double-decker bus. We'll serve some refreshments, some rosé or what's the
Champagne rosé.
Any liquor that Madonna has referenced in a song.
Warm beer.
Have on. Right, exactly.
Hot tamales will be served.
We'll have a Madonna cutout so you can reenact a beer bitch moment. It'll be fantastic. Tickets will be moderately priced. We will not overcharge you. It will not be the Madame X experience.
Listen, I mean, if there's a Sex and the City walking tour of the West
There can be
Village.
Madonna tour.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Although this tour will not, well, it actually could go to Brooklyn. We could take everyone to the rehearsal studio.
The Crave rooftop.
Yeah, the Crave rooftop.
Everyone will get to release a pigeon. It'll be fantastic.
Watch this space, okay?
Yeah, seriously, it's coming. Summer 2020. And we'll film a Fos Costoso tribute video because we know Madonna's not going to do it. I'm telling you, it's happening. Big things are coming your way, people. Just keep listening to this podcast. All right, last lightning round question. Is there a Madonna song currently on repeat for you right now?
It's between two, Secret and Into the Groove.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love.
Which version of Into the Groove do you listen to?
I kind of like the original one, like
The demo version? From Desperately
Yes,
Seeking
yeah,
Susan?
yeah.
That's my
That one is on Celebration. And the version on Celebration is the best one that's out and streaming right now because they messed around with that mix so many times.
I think I first heard it on the Immaculate Collection,
Yeah.
but I love the original one. There's something about the whole whatever it is, the magic of it.
Well, I think we talked about this in a previous podcast. Madonna said when she recorded that song with Stephen Bray, they were in her apartment in the Lower East Side, and it was like the demo, and you can hear, she says, I mean, I'm still trying. She says you can hear police sirens in the background.
Oh, my headphones are never that good.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
Although, speaking of which, if you listen to Celebration, the song, there is something in the background of that. I don't know where she recorded
It's
that.
Jesus Luz. He's like scratching records, you know.
There's like a weird party, it feels like she's, you know how Bjork recorded that one song in the bathroom stall?
Yeah.
It sort of sounds like she's recording that Celebration like in some like bathroom stall or something. I know she's not.
Well, the less said about Celebration, the better.
That bathroom stall will be on the Madonna Walking Tour, as well as the apartment where she recorded Into the Groove. So, again, watch the space. It's coming. We're making it happen, Tony.
Also, yes, all the locations in the Bad Girl video will also be prominently featured.
We can do the secret, the Brownstone tour in Harlem. We can do that. We're Central Park. Was she in Central Park? We'll go for a run in Central Park.
No, she served cat food on the tour for Bad Girl. And everyone.
Why?
Here's your snack.
And everyone
you can
do
be
that.
like Louise Oriole, have your cat food.
Amazing finger lick she does.
I'm writing this down. I'm writing down cat food.
And finger lick.
Oh yeah. Well,
You know that whole thing is like a reference.
Yeah.
It's from Clute, from
Oh.
the movie with Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda plays a hooker. She goes home, and they show her the whole thing of her being alone, in her apartment, and she opens up a can of cat food, licks her finger, and puts it in the cat.
I have to watch that again.
So when I saw that, I was like, Madonna, you a sly puss,
I love that. That's good. I know. I'm gonna think now. If anyone's listening and has ideas of locations for the Madonna walking tour, please feel free to send them my
With
way.
food tie-ins.
Yeah,
with food tie-ins.
Yeah, because then we get sponsorships. This is happening. I'm telling you. Justin, you can do a T-shirt.
You get Cheetos.
We'll sell your T-shirt at the end. We'll have like a little gift shop.
Oh, yeah, I love
a little
it.
pop-up gift shop.
Yeah.
It's totally happening.
Cheetos, definitely Secret Susan.
Oh, yeah. No, cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs, yeah. St. Mark's Place.
Yeah.
It's writing itself. I'm writing it all down. Okay, we're running out of time.
Stay on the carpet, miss. Justin, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It was a pleasure to finally meet you and have you talk a little bit about your art.
Please tell everyone where they can find you on social media because we want you to sell a shitload of shirts.
Instagram is just my name, Justin Teodoro, and then my website, justinteodoro.com. Cool, thank you.
There you have it, guys. Go and spend your hard-earned cash.
Flood Justin.
That is if Madonna hasn't already taken all of it.
Flood Justin's Instagram with requests for the T-shirt.
Yes.
He will bring it back.
I will bring it back,
It will
yes.
happen. Trust me.
And listen, when you wear this shirt, everyone notices it. So if you're like a very shy person, don't buy one of Justin's shirt. But if you love talking to people about yourself and what you're wearing and why you're wearing it, yeah, get yourself one.
So thanks again for listening, everyone. We hope you enjoyed your time spent with us. And
have a happy Valentine's
Happy
Day
Valentine's
or
Day.
a Galentine's Day
whether
or
you're in love
yeah.
or not in love, it doesn't matter. Love yourself, and that's all that matters. Listen to some Madonna, and all will be right with the
Watch
world.
WE, get your heart broken. But yeah, you guys, thanks so much. We will be back with another episode. Momentarily in a week or so. So you can find us on Instagram at MLVC Podcast. You can go to our website, www.mlvcpodcast.com. You can drop us a line there. Send us your emails, comments, suggestions, what have you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and rate and review. Give us a 5-star review. I mean, why not?
Plug.
I mean, it's Valentine's Day.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, but
I mean, we'd like it.
it would be nice,
If
and
you don't want to.
maybe you'll get a check in the mail if you do. How about
You'll
that?
get a free Madonna walking tour after. Okay.
But thanks, guys. We're going to exercise the power of goodbye and say, see you later.
See ya.
Bye.